Hi there guys, welcome to day 9. We're over here in trench 10 and 11 where we're doing some recording right now. Then we've got over in the rear daughter, Matt's doing some recording over there with some more of the venturers. Paul Blinkhorn is here today. He's going to be doing a masterclass, which is very exciting. Also the One Show here, and they're going to be unveiling the carbon dating results for the black shuck, or supposed black shuck dog that we dug up last year over near the rear daughter. So it's all very exciting. We're going to have a good day.
So today in trench 10, we're mainly recording what we did earlier, so we're putting it into the digital system and checking that we actually have covered all the features that we need to put in there, checking that our dimensions are recorded properly. So that's what we're going to be doing this morning. This afternoon we have the bank where the ditch is back at the back end of the trench, and we're hoping to actually start to dig into the bank this afternoon.
Okay, so over here in trench 8, we're at the rear daughter. Today, a couple of key jobs to do. We're going to plan in the morning and get a detailed view of what this looks like and record that. And then we're going to put a cross section in, roughly here, so we can see what's going on underneath the sides just a bit better of the drain. And then start taking this down to see what's underneath.
Okay, so we're down in trench 9. It's the morning. We're just doing what we call multi-context plan. So we've taken down the spoil heap as far as we can go at this point, and we're starting to see a lot more variation in what we're digging. So we're just going to do a multi-context plan just to show what we can see at this point before we carry on digging. And the plan is going to be, we're going to put a sondage, which is just a fancy word for a slot, on the north side of the trench. So we get a nice section right from the top all the way to the bottom, and then we're going to maybe put a few slots through some darker patches just to investigate what they are. We're hoping maybe if we get down far enough we might get to some undisturbed archaeology from the 1980s that they missed. If not, we can close down the trench and be sure that we've got to the bottom of whatever they did here.
Hi. Yeah, so we've just started the trench 10, the infill at the side bank, and we've just found a button which looks sort of silver thread.
Yeah, it's sort of woven metal, and it's sort of goldy coloured. I've taken it up to Mandy back up at the Fines barn, and she's quite excited, and she's going to get it photographed and sent out to the wider world, and hopefully some of her button friends will be able to identify it. Yeah, and hopefully we'll photograph it in 3D, and then that will be put onto the digital record, and everyone will be able to view it from there.
Okay, so here we are in the Dig Ventures site office at Leiston Abbey, and I'm here with Adam Stanford of Aerial Cam, who you guys will all remember from our previous projects, not only in terms of the quadcopter stuff he was doing yesterday, but all the photogrammetry and other great photography that he's done. One of the best things about this year's project is Adam is now going from that big wide-eye, overhead view down to the very minute details on the finds, and we're doing 3D scanning of the finds so that we're able to put them up on Digital Dig Team to help people get a better look at what's actually coming out of the trenches. So one of the major innovations of our project this summer, things are going from the dirt into Digital Dig Team in 3D in less than 48 hours.
Well, we've got this fantastic process now we're able to use within the digital workflow. Digital photography has brought huge advantages to what we do within archaeology, and the latest thing really is this photogrammetry or 3D modelling. And all we need to do is photograph something several times from different directions, and then run those photographs through software, which then generates a point cloud and then a solid model, and then we're able to lay the images back over that 3D model and manipulate it on the screen. This gives us great opportunity to look at things in great detail, either from Huge structures like Leiston Abbey we've got outside there, which we 3D modelled quite a bit of last year, and we're doing more on now. But also right down to the tiniest find that we might find in the trenches. And within a very short space of time we're able to photograph those using a macro lens, get right in close, get all the detail, photograph it from different positions, run it through the software, create a 3D model, wrap the images back on again, and we're able to analyse that very closely. But not only that, we're able to get it up onto the web through a 3D viewing facility and embed that into the Digital Dig Team website, and then anyone can then go and have a look at that find.
And another fantastic application of this is today we've got a very special find made out of very delicate material. And Adam, although it hasn't been conserved and cleaned properly yet, we're still going to do the 3D imaging of it and put it into the Digital Dig Team system, because now we can actually see the condition of the object as it's come out of the ground, and everybody wants to see it, everybody wants to have a look. And previously you'd have to be taking it in and out and in and out of the wrapping paper, and inevitably it could damage the object, or really just sort of destroy the contextual information which might still be on there. So it's amazing. It's come out of the trenches this afternoon. Within a couple of hours it's going to be 3D photo modeled in the system and up for people to see.
We've done a little bit of experimental archaeology in Bristol with these. They tend in the west of England to be associated with industrial activity, which you find more open place in the east of England.
Oh! Okay, so we've got some good news down in Trench 9. We've got all the way down through the 1980s spoil, and we think we've actually got some cut features at the bottom. So the guys in here are just troweling it back to define the edges of it, and then hopefully for the rest of the afternoon we might get into some real archaeology.
Okay, we're in Trench 12 at the minute. We've given everyone a break in Trench 11 so they can attend the masterclass. So thought I'd come out on this really hot day and investigate the two things we got in here. At the minute we've got a large ditch coming across the trench. Not really sure where that goes, but that's what I'm searching for at the minute. And we also have the large channel coming down that was spotted on the LiDAR. Can't really see it, but I promise you it is there. And we've also got Ben over in the other trench doing the other part of the channel as well.
Okay, so we've just been investigating that spoil down in Trench 9, and we've just uncovered this. So I'm just running it over to Mandy now. I think it might be a jeton or something of the sort, so we're going to get this into some acid-free paper pronto, and then hopefully Mandy can give it a clean up and we can find out what it is. So.
Had Paul Blinkhorn here for medieval pottery masterclass for this afternoon, and actually what we're looking at is a piece that was found last summer in Trench 1, which is known as our prehistoric trench. And this piece was originally identified as Thetford ware, but Paul has just looked at it again and said that it is a piece of Roman greyware, which is absolutely fantastic to think that our prehistoric trench now has some Roman history as well.
Yeah, the trouble is Roman pottery just turns up everywhere. It's more like a form of pollution, really, The trouble is with this part of the world is that a lot of the pottery, if it's not glazed, is just grey and sandy from the Roman period onwards, and I can understand why this was maybe mistaken for something later. But it's the kind of thing you'd expect to see. You've got a prehistoric ditch, it's filled in at some point, and presumably there was Romans around here. They were sorting out the landscape, levelling it off, and they were farming it, and they were probably using convenient rubbish piles from the farm just to fill in any annoying prehistoric features. Not that obviously they didn't know they were prehistoric, they were kicking around. It's very worn, as you can see. The surface, the edges have got a little bit rounded, which is a good sign. that pottery has been kicking around for a long time, and the surface has gone very slightly. You can see all the little bits of sand that are sort of standing clear of the surface. Normally they'd have been buried in the surface, but the surface has worn away, but the harder particles of sand have stayed there. I'm not a Roman pottery expert, and I intend to keep it that way, but I think this is 1st or 2nd century or thereabouts. Most greywares are. It might go through later into the Roman period, but all I know is it's Roman. So what it's doing on our lovely medieval site, I have no idea. But
The mystery continues as to how many different centuries we're going to find on this site.
So we're at the end of day 9, and I've got to say it's been a jam-packed day. Absolutely chocker of visitors. So we've had the wand show, we've had Paul Blinkhorn giving his pottery masterclass, and we've had loads of finds today. We've been digging into those banks. I've been trying to get mattocks into them for ages. We finally excavated the ditch, got into those banks. We've had loads and loads of finds of them. We've had this amazing gold button that none of us have ever seen before, so we're going to get that checked out. Matt's trench has got a lovely, lovely jet on there, and yeah, we've just got lots of animal bone and pottery and everything just coming out of all the trenches. It's absolutely amazing. I'm pretty exhausted. The sun has been beating down on us and we're really hot and a little bit sweaty. So I think I'm gonna pack this lot up, and I think we should all go for showers before we have any drinks.